Worst towns to live in California. Now, this is a suggestion via a channel member. Guys, what kind of statement is that? I see it. The worst towns to live in California. Are there good ones? I think that's my question. That's pretty much my only question here. I figured the worst towns would probably be all of them. But either way, let's go and jump into it. Let's see where the video takes us, guys. This is coming from the channel Across the Globe.
If you think of California, you might imagine year-round sunshine, beautiful beaches, and a laid-back surfer lifestyle. And while that may be true in some areas of the state, it's definitely not true everywhere. In fact, while California has one of the highest incomes in the country and has the biggest economy in the U.S., there are certain places in the state that are crime-ridden, have struggling economies, and are overall just not great places to live.
Look at that.
So today on Across the Globe, we're going to be looking at the worst towns to live in California. Number 1, Mendota.
Mendota.
The town of Mendota is considered one of the worst places to live, not only in California, but in all of the U.S. That's according to a study by 24/7 Wall Street.
Poverty rate, 49.5%. Jesus Christ, guys. Look at the prices of the houses, though. But of course, no one wants to live there, guys. I think that's kind of how that works there. What's interesting is that, guys, it looks super rural. I generally love super rural areas, but I guess not like this here, guys. Half of the households earn less than $27,000 a year. Like, that's with 2 people working. Oh,
Street,
geez.
which
How are you
analyzed the
surviving
cities and towns of America
out there in
according to
California,
factors like
specifically?
crime, poverty, and economic health.
Okay.
Mendota came out number 1. And while being number 1 is often a good thing, in this case, it's definitely not. For starters, the poverty rate here is a whopping 37.5%, and the median household income is only about $38,000.
There goes that Dollar General.
Compare that to the national
If
poverty
you
rate
know.
of 11.6% and national median household income of a little over $70,000, and it's pretty clear how much this town is struggling. Its struggles become even more pronounced when you compare it to the median household income across the state of California, which is about $84,000, over double the median household income in Mendota. Part of the reason for the high poverty rate likely has to do with lack of job opportunities. In fact, Mendota's unemployment rate is significantly above the national average. As if financial struggles and the lack of economic opportunities weren't a clear enough picture to show how tough life here can be, the state of its public schools might, as 97% of students in Mendota's school system are economically disadvantaged. Number 2, Modesto.
That's what's crazy is that obviously this place exists within the United States of America. The information that's being said is definitely different from what they're actually showing on the screen, but that's an interesting thing, neither here nor there. Let's just say in the context of this here. But if California is so adamant specifically about having the United States of America dump money into all these foreign places because of all the poverty and all the other things that they're going through, but yet this place exists within California, this definitely feels like a contradiction, truth be told here.
Located in Central California, Modesto has unfortunately not been making headlines for its growing downtown or for being the birthplace of George Lucas. Instead, it may be best known for its high crime rate. In 2021, Modesto had a crime rate that was about 37% higher than the national average, with a more recent estimate putting it at double the national average. And while Modesto has high property crime and violent crime rates, it also has one of the highest car theft rates in the entire state of California.
So don't park.
In 2020, for instance, there were over 2,000 car thefts, equating to 389 thefts per 1,000 people.
Are there a lot of people there?
Additionally, Modesto's economy has been having a tough time. Its unemployment rate is 5.7%, compared to the national unemployment rate of 3.6%. The town also has its fair share of financial struggles, with Time reporting that only a little more than 14% of people who live here have money for shelter at all times. It probably won't surprise you to learn that that's one of the worst rates in the entire country.
Yeah,
Number
because it's in
3,
California.
Stockton.
I've heard of Stockton.
Located in San Joaquin County in California's Central Valley, Stockton was given a low score of a 5.2 out of 10 by U.S.
Guys, wait a second. Hold on, guys. 48th in the best places to live. Don't live here, basically, is what we're getting from this year. Also, at the same time, one of the worst places to retire in the United States of America, apparently, also. Jeez,
News
guys.
and World Report's review of best places to live.
Understand.
And while Stockton may be more affordable than elsewhere in the
This is
state,
not a
that
third
comes with
world
a
country,
trade-off,
guys.
which is high crime.
This is
For
California.
instance, Stockton has a violent crime rate of about 12.62 per 1,000 people, equating to about 1 in 79. Its property crime rate is also high, with the city seeing a total of 2,000 incidents of property crime in 2021. These trends don't seem to be getting better. In fact, it seems like they're getting worse. Recently, Stockton was considered one of the most dangerous cities in the U.S. at number 5. Part of the reason for its high crime comes from the fact that Stockton filed for bankruptcy back in 2012. Since then, it hasn't really been able to get its footing back. For instance, Stockton is still lacking several important resources like social services and an adequate police force.
Guys, that does not make it. Well, the police force makes this make sense. The fact that you're lacking a police force, because again, this is California. They hate police, right? They hate any type of law being handed down on people, basically, right? Social service, the lack of resources and social services. That is an odd thing also, guys. I mean, they're like the ones on the front line in the United States of America. Them, J.B. Pritzker, specifically the governor of Illinois. I mean, between Gavin Newsom and J.B. Pritzker, they kind of want to give social services to people who have never paid into taxes. So it's again, why does everything feel like a contradiction to what we're seeing here, guys? Why'd you send me this? To stress me out about the nonsense of about California, guys?
And as a final point,
I think
Stockton's poverty rate is also above average at 16.3%.
Mandatory, guys.
Number 4.
Okay, I've definitely heard of
Oakland was recently ranked one of the worst run cities in America, according to a ranking by WalletHub.
That doesn't make sense.
To determine this, WalletHub looked at 2 main
was heaven on
metrics,
earth, guys.
which were the quality of city services and the total city budget per capita. WalletHub also did a second detailed breakdown of each city, ranking them by metrics like financial stability, education, health, safety, the health of the economy, and infrastructure and pollution. Oakland came out number 143 out of 149 cities, with scores of 76 and 147 for quality of city services and total city budget per capita, respectively. It did rank a little higher when it came to the detailed breakdown, at 76 overall, but fared poorly when it came to safety and its economy at 126 and 131 respectively. Looking more specifically at safety, Oakland was considered the 8th most dangerous city in the U.S., according to another study from WalletHub, with a score of 175 out of 182 total places. To create this ranking, WalletHub looked at 3 metrics: home and community safety, natural disaster risk, and financial safety. Although Oakland scored okay when it came to financial safety at 43, it ranked pretty poorly when it comes to home and community safety and natural disaster risk at scores of 174 and 155 respectively. As if all that weren't bad enough for Oakland, it also is known for having one of the worst school districts in the entire state of
yeah, guys, I mean, that generally goes side by side, right?
California. For instance, only 31% of students in the Oakland public school system met or exceeded reading proficiency exams, and only 22% met or exceeded proficiency requirements in math.
Yeah, guys, listen, a lot of contradictions, okay? Listen, we can't, this is why I've been saying for a long time now, like, listen, guys, it's very important that we start working on ourselves a little bit more, right? Instead of all the touchy-feely, feel-good nonsense LA, puts out, Hollywood puts out, right? How about we start working on ourselves? Because, guys, do you understand what's going on here? Like, you're wondering why we're no longer number one in a lot of things other than the amount of money we spend on our military and our military. You understand what I'm saying here, guys? Let's just have a sit down, have a like a solid conversation here, guys. Right? We have a problem. Look at this. All right, this is wild. 31% can barely speak English. Gee, okay, guys. I mean, like, what are we doing here, guys? Right? You're graduating students, or guys? I don't even know, guys. Hold on, guys. This is just disrespectfully wild.
Financial issues also plagued the school system. In 2003, the state of California even had to conduct an emergency bailout of $100 million to save the district from bankruptcy. While that was a long time ago, the district has struggled with financial challenges to this day. Number 5.
Mismanaging funds.
Emeryville.
Never heard
Located
of
in
this.
the Bay Area, Emeryville started out as an industrial city. Today, it's shed some of its industrial roots, but remains just as small as when it started, taking up only 1 square mile. And while its small size may appear charming, this town has unfortunately been ranked one of the most crime-ridden cities in California. According to Property Club, for instance, Emeryville is the most dangerous city in the entire state of California. In 2022, for instance, Emeryville saw about 12,500 incidents of theft and 800 incidents of violent crime.
They want this though, guys. They vote for this.
But it's a ton when you consider that its population is less than 13,000. Number 6, Commerce. While Commerce might not be quite as dangerous as Emeryville, it was named the 3rd most dangerous city in California in 2022. Located just south of Los Angeles, this town of about 12,800 people has been struggling with crime quite a bit in recent years. The violent crime rate, for instance, is 999 per 100,000 people, and people living here have a massive 1 in 11 chance of being a victim of a crime, whether that's a property crime or a violent crime. Niche, meanwhile, gave Commerce pretty poor rankings across the board. The site gave Commerce an overall...
Hey, guys, at least the weather's nice, right? At least the weather. Guys, look at the weather. It's beautiful. Like, guys, they have some outdoor activities. Look at that. But all right.
Grade of a C- and gave it a D- for housing, C+ for public schools, and C- for crime and safety. It also was given a grade of a C in terms of quality of life for families. Part of Niche's poor ratings may have to do with the residents' economic struggles. For instance, Commerce's poverty rate is above the national average at 14.8%, and the median household income is well below both the state and national medians at approximately $58,000. Number 7. San Bernardino.
I've heard of this place, but not for good reasons.
San Bernardino was ranked one of the worst places for families according to a recent ranking from WalletHub. Specifically, it received a score of 177 out of 100.
Guys, it's worse. It's worse than Hialeah. Jesus, really? It's worse than Baltimore. Oh no, guys. Wait, hold on. But it's better than Birmingham and Detroit and Memphis. Okay, so what I'm looking at right here is that these are all basically ghettos, guys. All right, these are basically all ghettos. Okay, so yeah, this is not a place you want to go, guys. Basically, stay far away from this place.
82 cities and towns, placing it in the bottom 10. To determine the rankings, WalletHub looked at 5 key metrics: family fun, including factors like playgrounds per capita and recreation friendliness; health and safety, which includes things like air and water quality and the number of pediatricians per capita; education and childcare, looking at factors like school system quality and childcare costs; affordability, including the cost of living and housing affordability; and finally, socioeconomics, including factors like the share of families living in poverty and the unemployment rate. San Bernardino scored pretty good when it comes to family fun at 17. However, it scored pretty bad in the other categories at 166 for health and safety.
Don't have your family vacation here,
for both
guys.
Education and childcare and affordability. And 143 for socioeconomics.
Right.
When we look closer at one important...
guys. Yeah. What are we supposed to do here? Family fun. With a side of hepatitis, guys? That's what it looks like.
Aspect families consider when deciding where to live, which is the quality of schools, it becomes clear that San Bernardino really struggles in this area. In fact, San Bernardino is considered one of the worst school districts in the entire state of California, with 28% meeting or exceeding reading requirements and only 16% meeting or exceeding proficiency requirements for math.
Right.
Additionally, the district's high school
Mandatory.
dropout rate is also extremely high at 16.9% compared to the statewide dropout rate of 9.6%. As if all that weren't bad enough,
Bro, what
San
is this man
Bernardino
doing?
has also struggled with high crime. So even if you're not looking to raise a family here, the high crime is reason enough to want to stay away. And when I'm saying high crime, I mean it. The crime rate here is 79% higher than the national average. And although its property crime rate has decreased in recent years, the violent crime rate has actually increased by 39% between 2017 and 2022.
Okay.
Number 8, Oxnard.
I think I've heard of Oxnard.
Located just north of Los Angeles, Oxnard is known as a fun place to visit, but maybe not so much to live. For starters, Oxnard is considered one of the worst places in the entire country to get a job, according to a study from MoneyGeek. To determine this, MoneyGeek looked at a few metrics: employment growth, growth in hourly wages, unemployment rate, the size of the labor force, and monthly wages to monthly rent ratio. Oxnard not only ranked bad for job seekers, but also had the worst housing to income ratio out of any other city they looked at.
It's still in California.
54.1%.
It's overpriced for
reference,
nothing.
The place with the best housing to income ratio was Springfield, Massachusetts, with a ratio less than half Oxnard's at 21.9%.
And that's wild.
This high housing to income ratio means that people here are spending a huge amount of what they earn on housing, with less than half of their income remaining for food, utilities, and other necessary expenses. In addition, Oxnard also has a crime rate that's well above the national average. According to Neighborhood Scout, for instance, Oxnard is only safer than 13% of other neighborhoods. When we look deeper at the stats, Oxnard's violent crime rate is 3.65 per 1,000 residents. Its property crime rate is 23.62 per 1,000, and its total crime rate is 27.25 per 1,000 people.
No.
What about why everyone's moving to North Carolina?
I don't know. Okay, guys. All right. Jeez. Listen, this video here specifically is full of a gigantic, and I mean a gigantic amount of contradictions with all of what generally California pushes to the rest of the country and basically tries to shame us for not adhering to the literal garbage that they spew on a daily basis, right? I would suspect that their state specifically was running absolutely perfect. Why would there be crime? Poverty. What do you mean by poverty? Because with the amount of money you want to basically send outside of the United States of America, I figured that you had everything down like perfectly. But it seems like they have ideals that they specifically can't even kind of achieve, right? And they think by spending the rest of the country's money in any meaningful manner, at least, it's going to make them feel better about this level of criminality that's in their state. Like this level of abject poverty. Bro, people are not able to even speak English when they graduate. What is going on here, guys? All right. And again, this is not a third world country. We just took a tour around California. Now, listen. Now, are there absolutely places within the cesspool known as California that is, successful and safe? I'm almost positive there are. Right? I think every place has that. Obviously, you guys sent me a video knowing how much I talk trash about, two places on this, in the United States of America, generally California and New Jersey, right? But listen, you sent this video to stress me out even more, to talk crazier than I probably normally would, guys. All right. It just seems like a contradiction. And again, we didn't just encounter a third world country. We encountered California. Bro. Hard pass. This is not going to help me. This is not going to make me want to go to California and visit. right? And I've heard of some of these places, guys. I absolutely have. First of all, guys, if you want to change things, right? Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to change things politically for you, right? Maybe stop listening to the people who are basically trying to get rid of the police in areas that are absolutely high crime. I don't know. Let's start in Oakland, right? Because that mayor there, what she did was basically got rid of the police. All right, carjackings, all types of crazy, utter wildness, guys. This is a stressful video. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go now. But listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. And again, the name of the channel the video came from is Across the Globe. All right. Guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies. And I mean hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently, we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings, and we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch it with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry. Right? Listen, like and subscribe.